Hey guys, what's going on? It's Bammy here and welcome to my Marquee Matchup Squad Builder Challenge predictions for week 3 in November. This weekend there are 5 big derbies in world football, so we'll take a look at them and try to predict which 4 of those we believe the EA will feature in their week 3 of November Squad Builder Challenges. Within this video I'm also going to offer a little bit of a trading guide, suggesting to you which players I believe you should invest into in order to enable you to complete those Squad Builder Challenges for the best possible price. We want to keep the price nice and low, just so that way it's a minimal risk and you're going to lose out on less coins, if by the slim chance I'm incorrect, which I'm not. First of all, we have Bayern versus Dortmund. Now I believe this will be a marquee matchup because they're obviously the 2 most prolific teams in the Bundesliga, and any sort of game between them 2 is always highly decorated and it's always highly talked about because they're the 2 most successful teams in German football. I believe this will be one of the contenders for the Squad Builder Challenges, simply because this game is of such high importance and it's such a huge game in the German league. So for that reason you're going to want to invest into some cheap end Bayern players. Now I do believe this is going to be a bit thin and far between, but 3 that I've already identified as potential ones is badstuber. He's going to be around the 1k mark. Kimmich also going to be around the 1k mark. Let's actually have a look. Oh no, we can't do it, that one's already expired. Another potential one is bernat also. All 3 of them showing as potential low end plays. You can see there bernat you can pick up for 900 coins easy, probably even less than that if you waited around for a while. Again, same with badstuber, you can pick him up there for 800 coins, nice and easy, that's not going to be a problem. And kimmich also, you can see him there for 850 coins. I can't imagine him going for any more than 850 coins since he is a non-rare gold, so he's not going to be very wanted when it comes to all that the potential Bayern Munich players are on offer. Now we move on to the Dortmund team. This time it'll be a little bit more, there'll be a little bit more on offer for the Dortmund players since it's a much cheaper team in terms of transfer value in real world football, meaning that their player values are bound to be much cheaper on FIFA also. One that I've already identified as a potential cheap one is Marc, and he's also a centre back. That's going to help you to complete the Squad Builder Challenge much more, because you're going to need, because usually you've got to fill in an entire team rated 83 or above, I do believe. Marc is an ideal, a very good centre back also, may I add. And you can see they're nice and easy for 800 coins. That's a decent potential one to go for. You also have Kagawa there actually, which is quite surprising to be fair about him. He's reasonably cheap as well. A very decent player, previously at Man United but recently returned back to Dortmund where he started, and you can see there for 850 to 900 coins, pick him up as well, nice and easy. Moving on to the second one now, and I do believe that this one will be an English Premier League one in the form of Man United versus Arsenal. Now generally, putting the last few years aside, Man United and Arsenal have always been rivals because they're both very significant title contenders. They're always battling each other for league supremacy basically. So for that reason I do believe that that will be a strong contender to be in this week's Marquee Matchup Squad Builder Challenge. Not only that, but the English Premier League is valued quite highly by EA, and I do believe personally it's the biggest league in the world, so they're bound to include as much Premier League additions as what they possibly can within Ultimate Team. Now straight off the bat here I've identified Darmian as a possible one to include in the Squad Builder Challenge. Nice and cheap, as you can see there, 700 coins, nice easy right back. Secondly is Marc, carrick, again around the discard price sort of mark, 850 coins there, cheap as well. Decent centre midfielder, very good in real life. I think he's been underrated for his entire career personally. I think Carrick's been one of those unsung hero type of players. He does so much off the ball that no one even notices, that it makes such a huge difference for the team. So I think Carrick's been massively underrated his whole career, but nonetheless, getting off point a little bit, talking about my home club there. Carrick could be another good potential one to go for in the Squad Builder Challenge because of sheer value on FIFA. Another potential one to go for actually is Schneiderlin. Recently joined Man United, not got much game time. Feel a bit sorry for the lad personally. Perhaps should have stayed at Southampton knowing the magnitude of Manchester United. But again, he can be picked up for around 1,000 coins, I'm led to believe. Not seeing many bids on anything higher. But you're looking at about 800 coins to 1,000 there. That's a very decent midfielder again to have in the Squad Builder Challenge to help fill up that midfield. Moving on to Arsenal now, let's see what's on the market for Arsenal that's going to be realistic to include in the Squad Builder Challenge. The first that I've identified for a potential Arsenal spot is Nacho, Monreal. A decent left back, nothing too special, not been looked upon too favourably in real life, but again here, talking in FIFA terms, you can see him picked up for approximately 900 coins, probably even cheaper than that to be fair, because that's not going with 8 seconds left remaining. So anywhere in the region of 700 to 1,000 coins for Nacho Monreal and you'd be in business. There you go, like 850 coins. So a very cheap, decent player to go for for Arsenal. Another one here is Coquelin. Again, very cheap, can be picked up for around the 1,000 mark, potentially even less as seen there. Very solid player to have in your team actually, so if things don't work out with the Man United Arsenal Squad Builder Challenge, Coquelin would be a very good holding midfielder to have in your squad, so you'll lose a K, or technically you've gained a K because you can play him in your team from there on out. But as you can see there, a maximum of 1,000 coins for a very decent holding midfielder which you can easily include in the Squad Builder Challenge. Moving swiftly on to the third potential one now, and I do believe this will be the local rival derby between the two Madrid clubs, being Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. This being because obviously it's a local derby and both teams have been fighting for the past couple of years to gain the bragging rights and the superior team in the Madrid area. So for that reason, this would, in my eyes, definitely be a marquee matchup for the Squad Builder Challenges this weekend. On the Real Madrid front, this is going to be a little bit more difficult since a lot of the players will hold greater value, but I do actually believe Carvajal would be a good one to go for. Can't see him being too much, roughly about the K. Yeah, there you go, look, 1,000 coins. I'd say stretching between 1,000 and 1,500 for Carvajal. Very strongly rated in 83, and would make a very good right back for your squads on Ultimate Team if you so wanted to play with him. But failing that, he would slot nicely into that Squad Builder Challenge, being no more than 1,500 coins by the looks of things. Another potential contender for the Squad Builder Challenge Marquee Matchup player would be Lucas Vazquez. Very highly rated non-rare gold. You can pick up there for maximum of 1,000 coins. So a very cheap option to have on the right hand side of the midfield line to include in that Squad Builder Challenge. I just want to say that I'm not going to actually include every single player in the video directly because I'll be here all day. So what I am going to do is alongside the players that I've mentioned, in the description you will be able to find a full comprehensive guide on potential players to purchase that are of lower value. You might need to bid on a few that are in the couple of thousands because that's just the way it goes to bring up squad value. But for the cheap options that are going to save you money, there will be a guide in the description as to what players you can look at. And I feel like I found one here in Gabi. Keep pressing the wrong button, there we go, sorry. Can't see him being much more than the K, there you go, 750 coins. H2 rated centre midfielder, so it's going to bring the squad rating up a little bit. So a very good option to have on the Atletico Madrid front, being approximately 800 coins by the looks of things, so a very cheap option. Moving on to the next potential Squad Builder Challenge marquee matchup now, I do believe this will be the Milan derby, being Inter Milan and AC Milan. This being quite obviously because it's a local derby, of course, and also they can arguably be described as the two most decorated clubs in the Italian league, so they're always fighting for that supremacy and they're always fighting to be the top dogs in the league. So for that, league and competitive rivalry alone would be enough to make it warrant a marquee matchup, but the fact that it's a local rivalry as well makes it that little bit more special. So starting with AC Milan, I do believe with a club like this, you'd be able to look at most players and think, yeah, that's a reasonably cheap player. Like a Barta there, 78 rated right back, keep pressing the wrong button again, 750 coins there, got a bid on him, not ranging for much more than 1,000 coins, so again, a very cheap option to have in your squad. Again, another cheap, highly rated player to have in the squad, in the form of Honda, ranging from about, not even got a bid on that for 750 coins, got a buy now of 800, so that says a lot about how he's valued on Ultimate Team. You'd be able to pick him up for a maximum of 800 coins, I do believe. 81 rated, going to bring that squad rating up like you do need to do, so a very cheap option, and I like him because his hair matches mine. Moving on now to Inter, and I do believe it's in a similar place as Milan, being that you'd be able to look at most players and think, yeah, they're cheap enough to be able to include in the Squad Builder Challenge without too much trouble. I've identified Gameiro here because 83 rated right midfielder, so it's going to bring that squad rating up, and it's in one of those sort of positions where you might struggle to find a decent rated player. But there you have Gameiro, Portuguese right midfielder who plays for Inter Milan. You can pick him up for approximately 800 coins by the looks of things at the very most, so again, another very cheap option to have in your squad. Another option is Gary Medel. I do believe he used to play for Southampton if I'm not mistaken. 83 rated holding midfielder to have in your squad, and you can pick him up for approximately 800 coins at the very most again. So we're looking at some very cheap players here, all of which could easily slot nicely into that squad for the Squad Builder Challenge, and I do believe this Milan derby would be a huge contender to get into marquee matchup this weekend. Moving on now to what I would believe the final potential contender for the Squad Builder Challenge this weekend would be the derby between Fenerbahce and Galatasaray. This being because they're, I'd say, the two most decorated clubs in the Turkish league, and the Turks are known for their very hard play, very aggressive fans. They've got a lot of beef with all English clubs that go there in the Champions League or in the Europa League, and there's always a lot of beef and a lot of stick between the fans when they play, because it's such a huge game in the Turkish league, and it's one of those that could potentially decide which way the title's going to sway that season. Now, I would be led to believe again, because it's a low-end league, a lot of the players are going to be lowly rated, meaning that you're going to pick up most for around that sort of discard price area. MNEK, they're a potential contender for it. 650 coins, not even got a bid in it, so you can pick them up nice and cheaply indeed, and not have to worry about that. It's a bit hard to name a trading guide for this league because they're all so lowly rated, but I would draw your attention to people such as Robin van Persie, Topal, Skirtle, because they're all decently highly rated, and they're all going to be picked up for around that 750 coin mark, because this league is so lowly rated. There you can see, look, Skirtle, 700 coins bid, not going to be going for much more than that. Topal, I'm assuming same again, there you go, look, 650, 800 coins, not even going to bid on it. So all players in this league are going to be going for reasonably cheap, and the same applies to Galatasaray. So for Galatasaray, I'd recommend people such as Schneider, Muslera, and I do believe, Podolski still plays for them. It's not a decently highly rated player to have in that squad. Muslera, they're like 83 goalkeeper, going to bring that squad rating right up. None of them are going for much more than 1,000 coins, so you're good on that front. You got people like Anand, Dolski, Bruma, yeah, decently highly rated. A very favourable left winger, 93 pace. I've come up against him quite a lot just for his sheer pace. So people like Muslera, who's going to bring that squad rating up, and that is definitely what is needed. Schneider as well, 83. That's definitely what is needed for these squad builder challenges. People who are going to bring that squad rating up. So that is going to conclude my predictions for this weekend's squad builder challenges in terms of marquee matchups and trading guides for each of the teams. Now, I do know that I've identified 5 potential ones, and there's only 4 each weekend. If I was to eliminate one, it would probably either be the Man United versus Arsenal game, as much as I hate to say it being a Man United fan, because it's not a direct derby rivalry, if you get what I mean. Whereas the Dortmund, Bayern, direct rivalry. Real Atletico Madrid, direct local rivalry. Milan, direct rivalry once again. And Fenerbahce and Galatasaray, the two most decorated clubs in that league, both occupying the Istanbul area in Turkey, meaning that that's in high contention for it as well. So if I was to drop any from it, it'd either be the Man United versus Arsenal game or the Real versus Atletico Madrid game, because that reason being, in that league, the only top tier teams that are going to be in that league that are featured is Real Madrid versus Barcelona, being the El Clasico, the most decorated game, arguably in the game. So it's going to be difficult for Real Madrid and Barcelona to feature in any other circumstances than the El Clasico game. So if I was to drop any, it would be either the Man United game or the Real Madrid game, but I would be more swayed towards probably the Real Madrid game, actually, thinking about it, because there's so many other opportunities for Real Madrid to pop up. But then again, the same thing applies for Man United, but I do believe Real Madrid have already been played in a marquee matchup, whereas Man United haven't. Please correct me if I'm mistaken, but I believe that's that. So I would say either the Real Madrid or the Man United game, but personally I'd be more swayed to knocking out the Real Madrid game and playing the other games that I recommended. But nonetheless, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found it informative, and if you want me to do more of these, please do let me know. A full comprehensive trading guide can be found in the description, so that should be there to help you out. Please let me know if you enjoyed, like it if you did, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.